In this episode, we talk about everyone's favourite uncle, Uncle Henry.
Welcome to Young Roy, a show which explores the adventures and misadventures of Roy Giesemann and the people, places and events that have influenced his life.
And welcome to episode number 9 of Young Roy. And on the line, I have the man himself. How are you, Roy?
Yeah, pretty fine, thanks, Pete.
That's good, Dad. Now, yesterday we had a savage storm come through here in Brisbane. I was pleased I wasn't playing golf in the afternoon. That's always a risk of playing golf in the afternoon in Brisbane. You could get one of these afternoon thunderstorms. And so I played in the morning. All we had was 36 degree heat.
Oh, Pete.
Yeah.
I saw the chart that your friend John Francois put on Facebook, Pete. It was terrible.
There's a lot of red there, wasn't there?
Oh, frightening.
Yeah, they're scary when they come through. They're good when they go. But we did have a little bit of rain, and it's been very dry here. So I noticed the yard this morning actually had a little green tinge on it, so that's nice.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Oh, Pete, on the weather, last Friday at Lameroo, in northwestern South Australia,
Yep.
small town, but they had winds, Peter, of 130 kilometres an hour. It's just hard to believe it could happen. And
Well, you wouldn't want to be playing golf in that.
oh, no. And then of course, later on the Friday and I think into Saturday morning, the destruction it caused at Mildura was just beyond description, just terrible.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, frightening, actually.
Okay. No, I wasn't aware of any of that.
Yeah, no, Mildura got badly damaged, and the crops, Peter, all their beautiful crops, grapes and all other products are just decimated.
It's amazing how one little event can just ruin all of that toil and hard work and deprive you of your income. Yeah,
So I think maybe the two words climate change might have something in them, Pete.
Well, we're seeing these weather events happening all too regularly now, all over the world. So, I mean, events have always happened, but we just seem to see a lot of severe ones. And you can just sort of count on it now, which is bad. Now, before we get underway, just the other day I was over at a friend's place, Julian, and he's armed me with a couple of things for an event that I'm going to be an MC at next week, and one of those was this announcement, and so the idea is I make this announcement early on in the proceedings, and I just say, with the owner of the vehicle with the registration number 450 KSA 129 ABC QL 1496849. Would you please move your vehicle because your number plate is blocking the driveway?
Oh, Peter. How about that?
So, I laughed out loud when he told me. I've told a couple of people and they've laughed out loud too. So.
Oh, no, and you're going to mention this in your opening speech, are you?
Yeah, it's always good to use a bit of humour early on, and it breaks the ice for you and the audience. So
Yeah.
I'll use that almost as soon as I start. So that'll get a laugh, I'm sure.
It lightens people up, Peter, and gets their ear.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and they think, oh, well, this isn't going to be dull and boring after all. So, yeah. Now, something I'm sure won't be dull and boring is we're going to talk today about one of your siblings, an older brother, Henry. And I think from my cousin's perspective, every one of your siblings we all adored, but I think everyone's favourite uncle was Uncle Henry. And because he was a single man, wasn't he, all his life?
Pete, amazing. He never married, but as you mentioned, his nieces and nephews, I think to a person, admired him tremendously, Peter. And the words Uncle Henry just echo in my ears. I heard those two words so often over the years.
Yeah, and of course you referred to him as, what was your abbreviated nickname?
No, probably Hen. It's not good, is it?
No, it was affectionate. Yeah, there'd be a lot worse things to be called than Hen. So, yeah. No, it was good. So he was a very soft, gentle, unassuming man. Lived simply, but always had a smile. Yeah. Well, so what are your earliest memories of him, Dad? When was he born?
He was born in Laidley, Peter, in 1912,
Okay, so that's 104 years ago.
and he went to school at primary school at Laidley, and then when they moved to Kitchener Road at Ascot, he went to Brisbane Grammar.
Yeah, so he was a grammar boy as well.
Oh yeah, both him and Walter.
Yeah.
And myself, of course, but I guess a bit hazy what happened after that, but I know that from there he went to Buderim on our farm, our 18 to 20 acre farm at Burnett Street, Buderim.
Okay. In the main
And became
street.
in the main street, Peter, yeah, opposite the ginger factory. And I guess that's where my first memories come of him, was the toil he used to do in growing, I guess mainly strawberries and potatoes and peanuts would have been the three that I can easily recollect, in this beautiful volcanic red soil, Peter.
Mm.
So productive. And I can always remember both Henry and Dad, they got a water diviner in, and in the centre of the property they dug this well. Hand dug it, Peter,
Okay.
with crowbar, about a metre and a half square. And they'd wench out the buckets of soil that they kept digging out.
How far down would it have gone?
Oh, it went down. The diviner said they'd get it at so many metres. It wasn't that far, probably about, I'd say 10 metres, Peter.
So a person was down in the bottom of that?
Oh yeah, we used to lower the bucket down, then they'd fill the bucket up, and then winch the bucket of soil up, and then tip it out and push it and wheelbarrow it out of the way.
Mm.
It was a damn good effort, wasn't it?
Not wrong.
And they boarded it up. Dad boarded it up at the finish. The walls, all the walls, he boarded up.
Okay, so it wouldn't collapse.
But Dad had a lovely sense of humour, Peter, because I can remember the day he came up to the home to tell Mum and I guess Tilly and Joyce and myself that unfortunately they've struck rock, and it's a big shine. It's a sort of a shiny rock, they said, and they asked us to go down and have a look. Peter, it was water.
Liquid
Just
rock.
Yeah, liquid rock. And you could mistake it for a rock with the sun shining down to a degree, I guess, but
Okay.
no, they'd got the water. Yep.
Mm.
But,
Well, gee, with all that toil, it'd be a lovely sight, wouldn't it?
yeah, Peter, I'd love to know what's there right this minute.
So
Be
this is on the
interesting,
block in Burnett Street.
Yeah, I think there's be a caravan park on it, but I'd love to know if the well's still there for some reason.
Mm.
Probably they fill it in.
Yeah, I
But,
would think so. Yeah. Yeah.
But he grew beautiful. Oh, Peter, I didn't mention pineapples.
Crikey.
Oh boy. Oh, how about that? No, pineapples was the number one. Then I'd say peanuts, potatoes, and strawberries.
That you grew up at Buderim.
At Buderim, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And the peanuts, we used to take them up on the veranda. And you've seen photos of the home, Pete, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And near towards the main road, which you'd get the same sea breeze as you get at Mount Gravatt and Wynnum and everywhere in the afternoon. And that's when we'd drop the bags from the veranda, drop them down, and the dud ones would blow away.
Mm-hmm.
So on the ground below, you'd get a heap of good peanuts, which we'd bag up and send to the markets.
They are very technological.
Yeah, and even then, even after that, they'd put them all on an endless belt, and there'd be one on each side of the belt, picking out any ones that didn't look the right colour or something. And
Okay.
the end product was bags of perfect peanuts.
So Henry went to Brisbane Grammar, left. How many years do you think he would have done there?
I'd say just the two, Peter. I could be wrong about that, but I'd just say just the two.
Okay.
So he would have been pretty young when he moved onto the farm at Buderim.
Wow. And then when did he went into banking eventually, didn't he? Or was it the army next?
The army, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
See, strange thing, when he joined up before the Japanese, well before the Japanese entered the war, Peter, and he tried to join the AIF. And
Okay.
when Henry was born, on one ear, and I can't tell you which one, but I can remember the result of the surgery he had, the inlet hole to that one ear was drilled at the back of one ear. You wouldn't have ever known that, would you?
No.
Yeah, one of his ear, at the rear, was a hole similar to what you and I have got for normal hearing, and that was drilled in the rear of one of his ears. I can still see it. It was plain as plain. Now, unfortunately, I can't tell you which ear it was, but that's incidental. But when he went to join up the AIF, Pete, because of that, they wouldn't accept him.
No. Okay.
So he joined the militia. And in those days, in 1941, the AIF, not all of them, but certain elements of the AIF regarded the militia as chocolate soldiers. So they were all called chocos.
No. Right.
And Henry even got bashed up in Brisbane one night, Peter, by some AIF people.
So what's the militia? I haven't heard of that term before.
Militia, Australian Military Forces, AMF, could only guard your country, not overseas.
Okay. So based in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when the Japanese came into the war, they released the medical requirement, and Henry was allowed to join the AIF, and that was a blessing in a way, Peter, because he never wanted to be in the militia in the first place and be called a choco and copper hiding and so forth.
No.
And he joined the AIF as soon as the medical conditions were lowered, and I can still remember in February, the war started against Japan, as you know, in December 1941, and in February 1942, or could even be in January, but early 1942, there was a photo on the front page of the Brisbane Telegraph of a group of soldiers marching to board a ship to go to Rabaul. And Peter, the colour of their uniform was white, because Henry was in the Army Medical Corps.
Yeah.
And the ship never ever left, Pete. I think by the time it was ready to leave, the Japanese had even taken Rabaul.
Yeah.
So in the ship, the medical people, and they changed their uniforms immediately too, by the way, from white, and they never wore white again when the Japanese came into the war, because white didn't mean anything with the Red Cross. He spent nearly all of his war years at Horn Island, at the hospital there.
So where's Horn Island?
Just next to Thursday Island, top of Queensland.
Okay.
And ironically, some of the patients he used to look after were Japanese, Peter. Yeah, not many, but some were Japanese, but mainly Australian and American soldiers. And he was there right towards the end of the war.
It's amazing, because I grew up just hearing all of these things that the Japanese did during the Second World War, all the atrocities and everything. You just thought of them as evil people, especially with the kamikaze pilots and Pearl Harbor, and just goes on. Yet now you find, I don't think you could find one person who's been to Japan who doesn't love the Japanese people in Japan. It's just amazing.
Spot on, Peter.
Yeah. So Robbie was there last year, and she's keen to take me back, and we've got friends there at the moment, and you hear a lot of people going to Japan and they just fall in love with the place. So yeah, so it's good that only 70 years later that all of those wounds are healed.
Yeah, 100% healed, Peter.
Humanity is definitely the better for that.
And one good thing about Henry in all those years up there, he used to write home to Mum every week, Peter.
Okay.
There'd be a letter come in from the Comforts Fund would supply the stationery and the envelopes and everything, and the letter would come in every week, sometimes censored in parts. I don't know for what reason, but anyway, it was lovely. And even after the war, Henry joined War Service Homes and they transferred him to Canberra, and he still wrote home from Canberra every week to Mum.
Well, as a parent, losing touch with your child in war times, it'll be hard. So to have that regular communication and give you a bit of joy in your life, that's for sure.
The only joy that didn't come out of it, Pete, was mostly in a lot of the letters from Canberra spoke of the weather. And to a Queenslander, it wasn't music to the ears.
No way. No.
And especially for Henry, who'd been, living in near tropical conditions all his life. But,
well, -5 in the morning in winter would be a regular thing in Canberra.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So now I remember. Now he had a moustache. That was one of his characteristics.
He did for a while there. Yeah.
And so, speaking of his ear, now that you mentioned it, I think he had a hearing aid. Is that right?
No, not to my knowledge, Peter.
Okay. He had glasses and wore simple clothes. He wouldn't have gone shopping too often, but and I remember if you drove with Uncle Henry, his foot would go on and off the accelerator.
Oh, don't talk about it, Peter.
It was an experience because you'd like on back then 35 mile per hour road, and you'd be doing 38, and then it'd be 30 and 38 and then 30 because the foot would just be going off and on the accelerator all the time. Yeah.
So mainly when in latter times, Pete, that he always let me do the driving.
Now, speaking of you doing the driving, I think you had quite an embarrassing moment, didn't you? Something to do with driving Henry's car.
Oh, driving home from races one day. Is that what you mean?
No, driving in the garage.
No, that was Gordon's car, Pete.
Oh, I'll think I brought it up. You'll have to tell everyone now, Dad.
Oh, Pete. Well, having driven the 1929 Pontiac all my life and learned how to drive on that, even drove it into Brisbane at 14 years of age, and with the pedals as they were. Mm-hmm. And Gordon bought a new, finally, in the late 1940s or 1946, 47, bought a new Vanguard. If you remember the Vanguard?
No, way before my time.
Yeah, way before. And anyway, nice sedan, Yeah. And I was driving. He was letting me drive, and he asked me, "Will I park it in the garage?" I said, "No trouble." Yeah, but Peter, I'd really never driven a car with the facilities, the foot pedals, the way that, because this was automatic too, I think. And anyway, I hit the wrong pedal, Pete.
And you were supposed to hit the brake and
hit the accelerator.
Going forwards into a garage.
So I had to go and tell Gordon his front of his car was a bit of a mess.
And this is brand new.
Oh, yeah. No. But look, Pete, he never said a bad word, honestly.
Because he never spoke to you again.
No. and I can't even remember Rose, his wife, his dear wife, ever chastising me either, but I felt so stupid.
Oh, you would, yeah. Oh, there you go. So we'll speak of driving with Uncle Henry. I think there's a famous time you came to Brisbane on business, I think, and it was one of those typical evening thunderstorms, and Henry's picked you up, and the wipers didn't work on the car. Is that right?
I drove from Brisbane to Ipswich with my hand outside using the wiper, which I took off the.
Would you snap it off or what?
Oh no, just you can lever them off. Pete.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And and wiping the windscreen all the way to Ipswich.
So you're driving left-handed, hand out of the window, and obviously if it's pouring with rain, if you need to use the wiper, the rain's pouring in the window as well.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't no joy there, Peter.
Yeah, it would have been a sight.
But one day with Henry, another day after going to the races, you know the Mater Hospital, is that Henley Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of lights. Anyway, we had to stop the light because it was a red light. And there was another set of lights not far ahead, and you probably know the area. Pete, it went green after a minute or so, and I took off. And next minute I've got a siren. And I explained to the policeman that I just saw the green light and missed and didn't realise, and he didn't fine me or take my name or anything.
So what was the green light for?
No, my light was still red, Pete. It was the next green light that went green, and I just when you see a green light, you sort of move off, and I didn't know the area that well either, by the way. But the policeman was very lovely. In those days, Peter, honestly, I don't know, but many times they'd pull you up, but they'd just talk to you and give you a lesson. And
that's probably before they had quotas.
Yeah, you might be right there too.
Yeah. So that's a good one, though. I'll use that too next time that happens to me, that I was looking at the green light, a kilometre up the road. And
yeah.
That's why I went through it. Yeah. Okay. I'll use
Hope
that
it
one.
works, Pete. I don't think anymore, mate.
So now I remember going to visit Uncle Henry in 1979, and he was living out at North Ipswich then. And that's when Simon and I did a bit of a sojourn from Adelaide. We had 10 weeks away, and we came through and stayed for a few days with Uncle Henry. And as I said, he led a simple life, and he'd just recently purchased a Pride and Joy, which was this lovely stainless steel saucepan. And, it's amazing how simple things can mean so much. But I remember that being his Pride and Joy. And anyway, I offered to cook some custard in his saucepan, and I cooked it for too long. I didn't stir it, and it ended up the bottom of the saucepan on the inside was as black as black. And it was very embarrassing. Hopefully, I think it was still black when I left, so he was still trying to get it off. Anyway, he was as good to me about that as Gordon was to you about pranging his car in his garage.
Yeah, but, that's typical. But he was a good cook too, Pete, wasn't he? Henry, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as you say, simple meals, but he'd cook them well,
Yeah. Now, he was a keeper of the family history too. He loved photos and letters and all that too, didn't he?
Yeah, Pete.
Because I can remember him pulling out a suitcase or two with gear inside it. So, he would keep letters from you. I think you wrote to him quite a lot too, didn't you?
And send him cuttings out of the paper with my golf scores on, Pete. He was my victim.
Oh, right.
Oh, no, and athletics too. I used to send him lots of cuttings on when I was doing okay with athletics.
Okay, yeah. No, he would have loved that. Yeah. Yeah, so speak of that, I remember when Simon was quite young, you used to do the same with Simon. You'd send him a cartoon out of the Victorian paper, the Sunday paper.
I remember that. I'd forgotten, but I do remember it well, Peter. Yeah.
Then you had a little letter, and there was something else you sent as well. But and that was a regular weekly thing, and you did that for quite a while. Actually, you saved all those, Dad, so I've still got them.
I'll be back. Yeah, that's lovely, Peter.
So, any other thoughts or reflections on Uncle Henry?
Oh, well, I guess he had lots of addresses, don't you?
Okay, do you want to
like
list a few?
as you mentioned, North Ipswich, but Woombye, Woodridge, Caboolture, Launton, and then finally of course the Sandgate Retirement Village. And of course, Dad, we must mention how long he lived at Kangaroo Point, caring for Dad after Mum passed away, Peter.
Oh, okay. So he was your dad's main carer at that stage?
That's correct, yeah. Right through till the end when Nora and Ian Walter and Ian got involved.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
you've got to lift your hat to him. And one really pleasant memory I have, Peter, is that when we went to a film.
Now, just to clarify for those who don't understand what that word is, it's actually film, but Dad doesn't know how to say the word.
I'm sorry.
So he says the Queensland version, which is film. And
Peter,
as much as we've tried to talk him out, he's refused to change. So we won't expect him to change now. So yeah, when you went to a film,
when we went to a picture show, Peter, it was normally ended up a good one, and I'll just give you two of them that I can really remember so well. One is Greece. Saw that at Ipswich with him.
Okay.
And you know what Olivia meant to Murray and I in later life and that, and the film is still a gem, isn't it? I believe, anyway.
Oh, it's an iconic film, yeah.
And the other one we saw at the Metro was Coal Miner's Daughter, Sissy Spacek.
Yeah, yeah.
No one had ever heard of her, I don't think, at that time. But I think she might even getting an Oscar for it. But that's just two of the films we saw, and they were just magic, Peter.
Hmm. Yeah, no, excellent, Dad. Okay, well, there's no doubt we'll speak about Henry in future episodes too, as we speak about other members of your family and other incidents. But it's good to have those fond reflections of my Uncle Henry and your brother Henry, a.k.a. Hen.
It doesn't sound good, Pete, but anyway, the affection was so good, so high, and he, as you know, Peter, he was good to me right through to the finish.